Salute Trade Game team. Real fast, I hopped in here to give you another video. This video is going to be talking about psychology, okay? So today's video, I'm going to give you guys some insight. It's going to be truthful. It might be a little harmful or hurtful to some people, but please be thick-skinned about this, because if the shoe fits, wear it. Not only wear it, tie it up, polish it, make it look good. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about being negative. So let's talk about why you guys are not profitable. Let's get straight into the video. No long intro. Okay, what I noticed with a lot of you guys and why you're not profitable, the main thing is you're looking for a way to become successful at trading without putting in the proper work. That's one. That's not the main one though. The main one is a lot of what you guys are learning, you're trying to learn what somebody else is doing and you're trying to mimic it, when you really should be trying to see what works for you, and you should be trying these things and seeing if they work. If they work, then you actually compile something from it and add it to your own strategy. The main thing that you guys do though is you guys try something, and if it's not working, you abandon it and you move on to something else. A lot of you guys are trying a lot of different strategies when you need to stick to one. If you stick to one and it's just not working, it's not working. But honestly, Forex is a little bit overcomplicated in the YouTube sector and in general. It's only two things that can happen in the market daily, up or down. That's it. So trying to figure out how to do it, how to take a buy or sell, is really all you need to be learning. All this stuff about, if this happens, that happens, it's really all about reactions. You have to see what the market is doing and you have to react to it. That's why I tell you guys, a lot of the stuff that you're doing and learning, it's unnecessary actually. So what you need to do is you need to find a strategy that suits you. The first thing you need to learn is, do you want to be a scalper? Do you want to be an intraday? Do you want to be a swing trader? Do you want to be able to take a trade and hold it for days? Do you want to hold it for weeks? Do you want to hold it for months? Do you want to hold it for hours? Do you want to hold it for minutes? You have to figure out what feels comfortable to you. And once you figure out what's comfortable to you, then you can kind of start formulating a strategy around that, okay? So a lot of you guys have to learn that the strategies are what's hurting you. You're learning too many things when you need to be sticking to one and then moving on and learning. Because what you're going to end up doing and what's going to end up making you profitable is more than likely going to be taking something from every strategy you've learned and combining it to make your own overall style and strategy. Really, because a lot of you guys are trying to learn from somebody. It's not bad to learn from somebody, but what it is you're trying to mimic them when you actually may not be a trader like that person you're learning from. The person you're learning from is there for you to learn from, but not necessarily for you to mimic the style, because the way that person is trading, that may not be for you. That person may be a scalper. You may not be getting success because you really are intraday. So what do you do in that case? You take what you can from the scalper and then you start compiling your own strategy from that. And then once you get comfortable with it and you start seeing that it's working, then you will start becoming consistently profitable. You know, I had a lot of struggles because I was trying to learn so much. I was trying to learn everything. And then I realized my main mistake was just not sticking to one thing. Because once I stuck to one style, right, of trading, one strategy, I started realizing a lot of these other strategies, they either are mostly unnecessary or they're going to derive around what I already know. So you guys don't have to break your neck learning a bunch of different strategies. All you got to really do is see one that you like and feel comfortable with and just practice it. Once you see that it's either going to be a high success rate or a very high failure rate, then you know to just take what you liked about it and then the rest of it, dump it and just move on. But you got to try it, you got to fail, you got to realize how you failed in order to understand what you should be learning and not learning, okay? So failure is very important in the process, because that failure is going to teach you how to not fail again. So don't worry about if a strategy is not working. That doesn't mean that you need to abandon it. It just means you may need to practice it. A lot of you guys abandon strategies because you don't automatically get instant gratification as far as success and win rates. But that's because you don't know what you're doing yet. So you have to take a strategy. You have to continue to keep using it. And as you continue to keep using it, you're gonna learn and get better at it. And as you get better at it, you might even become successful and start winning that trade, those trades that you were failing before with the same strategy and setups. Okay, so that's how that works. So you guys got to keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind when you're trading. Keep that in mind when you're doing a lot of things, because a lot of times the only reason you're failing is because you're just not putting in enough hours. You know, there's a rule called the 10,000 hours of mastery. They say Kobe Bryant was a successful NBA player because he had his 10,000 hours of mastery on the court. Michael Jordan, same thing. There's a theory that if you suck at something and you did it for 10,000 hours, you would become a master at it, even if you didn't know what you were doing, because you did it for so long. There's no way to not become a master. So even a garbage can gets a steak. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Cheesy, but the point is, if you stick to something, eventually it will work, even if it's not a good strategy. You'll learn to make it work. So don't be afraid to fail in trading. A lot of you are gonna have to fail in order to become a part of that 10%. That 90% are the people who gave up. That's the only reason they're the 90%. When they say 90% of all traders fail, it's because those 90% didn't have the testicular fortitude to stick in there, to stay. So just understand, if you got a strategy and it's not working, it's just simply that you may need to put in more time to tweak it and get it to work. That's why it's easy to come on YouTube and just make a bunch of strategy videos and say, hey, I found a strategy to trade. There's 1,000 ways to figure out how to take a trade once you know what you're doing. Once you learn price and where price is going, you can't really lose in the market no matter what strategy you come to the market with. You know what to buy, you know what to sell. So whatever strategy you use to get the entry, you could make a video saying, hey, I got a strategy, but you just know price action. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about failing. Just know that you become a part of that 90% once you do give up. Once you accept defeat, instead of realizing the defeat is what's going to lead you to the victory, then you become part of the 90%. You get liquidated. Okay, so I just wanted to make a quick video to hop in and tell you guys, the reason you're not consistently profitable is because you're not consistent. Does that make sense? Consistent as in you're not sticking to one strategy. You get a strategy, you take 5 trades, you lose 4. You win 1. I lost too many, I'm moving on. Try another strategy, you win 5, you lose 6. Oh, that was better, but I want more wins. Let me try something else. Oh, I lost 3 and I won 2. What's wrong with my trading? Why can't I be consistently profitable? Look at the 3 different things you tried instead of sticking to one. If Kobe Bryant wanted to be a master at basketball, you know, RIP of course, and he started playing baseball and football, then that would take from his 10,000 hours of mastery at basketball. That's why you hear a lot of people say put time in on the charts. When you backtest, I don't backtest, everybody knows this by now, but when you backtest, the reason that traders who backtest feel like they're good at trading is because they're putting in the time and building up the confidence. The reason I don't do that is because you have to go and be able to see what the market is doing at this current moment of time and react to that. All that backtesting, those circumstances may not be in front of you at the time. The market does different things depending on what's going on. So if you're backtesting strategies, then you now have to go to the market and wait for those same setups to pop up, when if you learn how to just trade price and react to price, then you never have to wait for your setup. You can just go to the chart and trade based off what you see the market is giving you, because the market is going to give you what it wants to give you. You can't make it give you your perfect setup. You can't make it give you a strategy that you've been waiting to use and it's going to just give that to you every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have some people, when they trade, they be like, oh, I'm only trading 2 or 3 trades a week. That's because they don't really have a strategy for the market. They just have a setup and they have to just be patient and wait till they see that setup. You know what I'm saying? So if you end up in that situation, that's how that's going to be for you. So instead of me sitting up there waiting for my setup, what I do is I just react to the price at the time, and I have different variations and ways that I'll take a trade based off what I see in front of me, pretty much. So that's how I do that. See what I'm saying? So just know that you know, I'm watching because there's a guy who just pulled up in the car next to me. Some real shady stuff is going on right there. So anyway, just know that, you know, be consistent at your strategy, even if it's not working. because the reason it may not be working is because you're not putting enough time in on it. Anything will work if you just keep practicing and doing it. Anything will work, okay? So just know that. Just know anything will work if you just keep doing it over and over and over and over. You know what I mean? So just keep that mindset that if it's not working, it's because you probably didn't put enough time in. And that's it. That's all you got to really kind of figure out. Everything else from there is downhill for you guys, I promise you. Okay, so that's it. I'm not gonna make this video any longer than it already is, man. I just wanted to jump in here and give y'all guys some tips on being consistent. Being consistent is just what the word says. You have to be consistent at your strategy, and you have to stick to it. You can't make 1,000 strategies and then practice 1,000 things, because you'll never master any. There's a saying, a jack of all trades is a master of none. And the reason for that is because you can't master 1,000 things and say you're a master at it, because you just split your focus in 10,000 ways or 1,000 ways. Focus on one thing, and at some point you'll become a master of it. I promise you. It's just like kung fu, boxing, sports. If you stick to that one sport and you just keep practicing, eventually you'll be great at it. And that's it. That's exactly what trading is. A lot of people, I've met people who traded longer than me and they can't trade. And it's not that they can't, it's because they're trying to mimic somebody else instead of trying to figure out what their own trading style is. You may not be like the person you want to learn from. You may see someone on YouTube and say, man, that guy's great. I want to be just like him when I get to the charts. But you can't. That's his path. You have to find your own path and walk it. And the only way to find your path is you're going to have to keep falling, walking, falling. One day you're going to fall and land in front of this path that you never seen before. And it's going to call to you. You're going to say, hey, let me go down this path. And you're going to start realizing, oh, wow, everything's working now. It's because you finally found your path. And I know some of this sounds cheesy, but it's literally how it is. You know, you only could fail when you give up, just to let you know that, guys. All right, so I'm going to end the video here because there's too much going on and I really don't like the way things are going around here. But let me know what you think in the comment section as usual. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.